everyone. Give me a moment. I'm still setting some stuff up.
The All Creator Live Archives. Hello everyone. Please follow the YouTube guidelines. No spamming, no breaking up messages, no fighting. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new day of All Creator Live. And I am back playing more No Man's Sky. And this time, I'm pretty sure that the expedition has already begun. But let's see. I really hope so. I hope I'm not wrong again and that it's gotten pushed to something else. Oh, there it is at the bottom. Hey, they changed it to where you can actually see it without setting up save data. That's good. Great. 6 weeks. Nice. But yeah, the Liquidator's expedition's begun. And to those wondering how you start an expedition, this is how. You go into play. Pretty sure you can go into join friends too, but also just a heads up, my controller is still busted, so if you see any weird movements from me, that's why. But yeah, you go into play game, you go down all the way to the bottom to select new game, and among many of the other options we have here, we have the expedition option. Now, if you're playing this game for the first time, I do recommend doing expeditions to learn a lot about the game. But this expedition specifically, number 14, Liquidators, don't attempt because it's not going to be suitable for newcomers. This, as I've been told, is going to be a combat-heavy expedition, and it will not be for new players. That is for sure. If you need to learn the ins and out of No Man's Sky, then I do recommend going to normal or relaxed if you're looking for a less intense experience. You know, if you're looking to play the game without having to deal with all of the combat, then relax, definitely. But if you want to play the game normally and go through the story as you normally would, then, you know, normal. But don't worry, normal is not going to throw anything at you that you can't handle. You'll basically be introduced to a lot of the mechanics when you first start out, and a lot of the more difficult stuff like combat and exploration on difficult planets. That's all kind of something that you can avoid for a while until you feel you're ready to tackle them, you know? And then again, there's always the custom mode, and custom is definitely something you want to do with other people. If you ask me, I feel like custom would be better suited for people who want to play with others, because you're able to input all of the custom multiplayer stuff and all that before you start the game. And when you're playing in relaxed or normal, you just kind of get thrown into the game. You don't really get put into the settings before things start up. So, you know, that's some suggestions to new players. But to all of us who have been playing the game for years, we are ready and we are able to handle this expedition. So let me get this started. The wait's finally over. Go into the very first combat heavy expedition in No Man's Sky. And I am totally hyped for this. All right, let's begin the expedition. Oh, what the fuck is that up there? It's moving. Oh, gee. The sun decided to pop in, I guess. Oh, neat. But yeah, along with this expedition, they also gave us a brand new update that changed everything in No Man's Sky, so it looks totally different. So this expedition is also going to be showing off a lot of the new things in No Man's Sky that we have to look forward to. Expedition 14 Liquidators. All right, let's read what this is all about. Should pop up pretty soon. Look at that over there. There it is, right there. Community expedition. The vile brood spread corruption across the universe. Join the Liquidators and purge the rot from the stars. Complete milestones to earn new equipment. Complete entire phases for special exclusive rewards. View Liquidator goals and blah, blah, blah. Earn exclusive rewards by blah, blah, blah. Follow a path through the galaxy. Exclusive expedition rewards. All that stuff. Well, there we go. That's the explanation. This expedition's going to be combat focused. We're fighting a new threat to No Man's Sky, and it's known as the Brood Horde. For a long time, they've been focused a lot on the Sentinels and the mechs that we have to fight when playing No Man's Sky that are a huge part to the story, but now they're going to start focusing on the other forms of enemies in this game, particularly the infestations that have been happening all across No Man's Sky. And I feel like this could also lead to more of a broader story in No Man's Sky. For instance, we know that we are in some kind of a simulation that keeps recurring over and over again because there's some type of error with the Atlas that's causing it to try and fix whatever is wrong with the galaxy, but we don't really know what that something is. And part of the something that's causing the constant reset of the No Man's Sky multiverse could be the Brood Horde, is what I'm wondering. So I'm wondering if it's one of the things we have to stop, or if it's the Sentinels, or what. But I'm hoping that this expedition kind of sheds some light on the corruption that's slowly been happening on several planets that we've been to. And when the game first started out, it was just like you'd see the corruption in one or two buildings, and it wasn't that big. But as the game has progressed, it's been getting big to the point where entire planet systems, entire Sentinel-controlled systems, are being corrupted by this strange filth and slime that is just corroding everything and creating these weird abominations that just keep popping up everywhere. And now it's gotten to the point where there are actual living civilizations that are cropping up, including this new one called the Brood Horde. And it's added a lot more story to the game itself, because for all of us veteran players, we've just been noticing that the Sentinels just act weird, and we have to fight them because they feel like they're a corrupted source. But it could just be that the Sentinels are confused, because we got one living species throughout the universe that's damaging everything, and that's the Brood Horde. And we've got us, which are another form of living species that the Sentinels are probably like, are these dangerous or not? And then we go to mine something, and they're like, oh, they're taking resources. We got to do something about this. So the whole confusion that's been happening with the Atlas could be being caused by the Brood Horde itself. So that's why I'm pretty excited about this expedition, and all this new stuff that they've been adding to the lore and the game itself, because it could explain a lot of what's been going on. All right, so as always, well, depending on what you choose when you decide to start up a new game, we got to get to our ship first off. A lot of times when you're playing, this is definitely going to be more survival heavy. And the more difficult modes of No Man's Sky have you start off like in the middle of nowhere. Your ship is nowhere around, so you have to run to it. So this is a good indication that we're playing on a more harder difficulty, that we have to run to our ship and get it started up before actually, starting the game. But it could be worse, to be honest. It could be that we're on a planet that I could die on, one that I lose a lot of resources on from the get-go. But happily, we're not. So we got a couple of other people here too. Oh my god, already? No! Ah! You're right. Oh, cool, we got Scatter Blaster. Perfect. We don't have... Okay, I was about to say, do we have bullets, though? We got bullets. Good. Fuck. We gotta kill the queen. That's what we gotta do. Great. Well, these guys are going to be a pain in the butt until I can figure out where the queen is. You're not the queen, but you are pretty big. Where is she? Do we have to just keep beating up these guys until she shows up? Well, someone's fighting a queen. I wish I could help, but I don't know where she is. Oh. All guns blazing. Reached your starship. Oh, that's all we had to do. But someone nearby was fighting a brood queen, and that it caused me to get into the combat too. Kinda unique way for me to start my adventure, that's for sure. I don't think everyone else had to deal with that, but great. Oh, man. Alright, so this is my ship. It's damaged, obviously, but whoever has this ship here, they've already repaired it. That's one of the things about expeditions. You'll always see other players playing in expeditions, but if you start up a new game outside of an expedition, it will become kind of hard to find other players until you get to the space anomaly. Just to reiterate for those that are looking to get this game. Liquidator Command podcast. No, broadcast. Yeah, broadcast follows. This must be our commander. Glorious Liquidators! Your Vanguard heroes have located a vile infestation spreading in this sector. All local cleanup units are hereby considered activated. The Vanguard have tracked and marked the infestation sites. Report for duty at your nearest rendezvous point immediately. Acknowledge orders. The Liquidators have called me, and I will answer. I will do my part. All right. Well, first off, we have to fix our ship. It somehow got damaged, probably by the brood horde. All right, here are the expedition logs, and here's our first phase, which we're going to be covering today. We already got this one done, so let's claim our rewards for it. Oh, we got some explosives. Supreme Defense System upgrade, that's good. And some unstable plasma, which is okay, but it really all depends on what kind of grenade system I have. I gotta check my weapon. Alright, this is just informing me about how to use upgrade modules, because once again, there are going to be some people who want to tempt fate and start this game with an expedition. But I'm telling you, don't start with this expedition. It's not going to be the safest one to start with. It'll definitely teach you about combat, though, if you're looking to start things off really difficult. I forget which one I have to allocate with it. No, it's not that. It's not life support. Also, once again, I want to remind those watching, my controller has a very serious amount of stick drift, so don't worry, I'll be safe. Oxygen recycler. Alright, so that's the color it'll make if I'm... Oh, shield lattice. The stick drift's really bad today. Gosh. I wish I could tell you when it is that my stick drift is going to act up, but I can never tell. I think if I put... Yeah, there we go. All these are regular shields. This, I guess, is... different? Yeah, it doesn't react in the same way as the other shields, so... I guess I'll just put it here. Just for the upgrade. I did not do that. This is what I'm saying. It's like my controller just wants to decide, hey, you're going up. And I'm sorry if this is going to cause problems, but it's definitely going to cause problems. I will try to deal with it and not mention it or bring it up. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit before we get heavy into the action. If you guys see me mess up in any way, I swear it's not my fault. So we got ourselves a hauler here. Not really the best for combat, but it's at least fun to start out with a hauler because you got a lot more extra space than you would with a regular C-class ship like a fighting ship or whatever. So at least we have a good amount of space. So we're going to need more pure ferrite. And for that, I'm going to have to get out of the ship and do some mining. Oh yeah, I wanted to check my weapon, didn't I? This is a unique weapon. It's, I think this is a sentinel weapon. It's cool that we got to start out with such a powerful weapon. I guess that makes sense, because they're not going to want to throw us in here and be like, yeah, you're helpless. You're going to have to just run or something. I don't know. That seemed like it needed a lot of firepower, because those guys are abominations. They are not the easiest thing to fight, but they are... Oh, god damn it, more of them spawned because somebody else showed up. I should probably get out of this area, just in general, because they're going to keep showing up. So I have a paralysis mortar. Oh, that one was shooting at me. I was like, where'd that come from? All right, so they'll give up eventually. It would be best if I get to higher ground. I forgot these guys can't shoot up, so... Yeah, if you are looking to start this expedition and just find a nice safe place, get somewhere higher up. Okay, it's because that guy just showed up. Oh, man. Like I said, this is going to be a problem, me having to go constantly up because of my controller. So don't think I'm an idiot. Don't be like, why did he step off the rock like that? It's because my controller's fucking up. That's the whole reason. Alright, so our multi-tool doesn't have an advanced laser, mining laser on it. Obviously, it's built more for combat. So we can't mine these larger rocks for ferrite. And we don't have... Oh, wait, do we have the blue... No, we have a bulk caster blueprint. We don't have the advanced mining laser blueprint yet. So we're still kind of helpless. At least they gave us enough bullets. All right, so yeah, we're going to want to get away from that spot if we want to mine. Because every time somebody new shows up, they're going to trigger that to happen. Oh, the nights are cold. Well, I'm glad I didn't stand around and talk too much. I'm also glad I didn't start in the middle of the night, because then I wouldn't have been able to give you guys a good explanation. The evil plants are really good for oxygen. If you see any bad plants that attack you, do not shoot them. That is a waste of resources. Pull out your mining beam and shoot it with a mining beam. You get a lot more oxygen when you kill them that way. And don't worry, if you step out of their range, you'll easily be able to mine them because they won't be able to hurt you. Their hitboxes won't reach you as they attack, because while you're mining them, they will constantly try to attack, even if you're not standing next to them. It's also good to pick up carbon, because carbon is used for so many things. So while you're mining your ferrite dust, definitely pick up some carbon. But keep in mind that you won't be able to mine every rock until you're able to get an advanced mining laser. So the even larger rocks might give you more stuff, and the even larger flora might give you more stuff, but you won't be able to get it. It's also a good idea to try and find one of these so that you can set up this whole mission of learning new languages. It says the same thing every single time, so that's why I'm not reading it out loud. But if you do, you can pause the video and read that bit of dialogue if you want. So as you can see, I can't mine this. Requires advanced mining laser, as it says. So I would get way more resources if I was able to mine it, though. It's also a good idea to scan a lot of the stuff, because when you do, as you can see now, this will give me dehydrogen. You'll be able to get a lot more resources from objects you've scanned already. But objects that, you know, only have two types of material, which are usually the smaller objects, they will not give you as much, obviously. So these trees, I don't think I can mine them I can. They're not big enough to the point where I can't mine them, so that's good. And these trees give me oxygen, so as you'll see, I get 27 oxygen from each tree. If I did not scan it, I would get like 1 or 2 things of oxygen. All right, so the weapon charge depleted, and this is why I said it's a good idea to get carbon while you're mining, because carbon is one of the most basic types of fuel that you can have and you can use to recharge your mining laser, or any kind of thing, really. You can recharge your weapons with carbon because, well, not recharge your weapons. You can transform carbon into bullets. So, you know, it's good for weapon. It's good for mining. It's good for terrain building. It's good for all kinds of stuff. It is the most versatile of materials that you can get. So trees, rocks, you see them, mine them. And it doesn't matter how much you mine, as long as you mine enough to... Oh, since we're on survival, since we're on survival, we might not have as much space, because depending on which difficulty setting you go with, you will not have as much space. So let's see how much we have. All right, so it looks like it's the max amount, because if you're on a certain mode, you can get up to 9,999 storage space in your inventory. But if you're on hard mode, you will only get, I think it's 350, something like that. It's a very limited amount of space if you're on hard mode. So this survival mode has custom settings. And just so you know, when you're playing on an expedition, you cannot customize the game mode settings. You can customize your regular settings, obviously, so it's easier for you to play. But the game mode settings, you have no control over. So while this is a survival expedition, it does have a couple of caveats to make it easier for you to play, like larger storage space. So you might be wondering, what does survival mode mean? Survival means if you die, you die. And you got to start all over again. So like I said, this is going to be a very difficult expedition for people who have not played the game before. So I highly recommend that you do not play this if you have just gotten No Man's Sky. It is definitely not for beginners. If that beginning section didn't clue you in on that. Just immediately getting attacked as soon as you find your ship. A typical expedition would not do that. So I'm going to get back to my ship. I'm going to use the ferrite dust to make magnesium ferrite. Do I have a... I do not. And I don't have the blueprint for it. So I'm going to have to make a refiner. I might as well do that while I'm here. I did get some free magnesium ferrite, though. I think that's enough. All right. Cool. I didn't have to make it. So we'll get back to my ship. I think I only need like 75 to 100 magnesium ferrite to repair my thrusters. I can't remember. It's not something that I have to do often when playing No Man's Sky. Hopefully they don't respawn. Okay, I was about to say, because that would be bad for this poor guy that just started. Oh no, we need pure ferrite. Alright, so that's... still easy to make. I still got to make... It's a good idea if I make a... I should probably do that away from the ships. Because if more people start, they're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to trigger that fight. And that's going to become annoying while I'm trying to make stuff. All right, so a portable refiner is not hard to make. You just need some metal plating. And we always start with default blueprints like that, obviously. They're very necessary, but if you were playing and use save data, you would have to get the blueprint first. They're not going to make it that hard on us, you know? Make us try to figure all this stuff out. Because this is supposed to be for more advanced players who already know all this stuff. Alright, so portable refiner. Also, it's a good idea to step away from that spawn point, because one of the things that is kind of cheeky and probably a reason why you don't want to play in multiplayer mode is like people can take stuff out of your refiner. It's just up for grabs. It's not really, there's no, yeah, your refiner is your own refiner. I know it's called a personal refiner, but that just means that oh wait, a personal refiner is probably a safer method because it's inside of your portable refiner is not safe. You refine anything in this thing and anybody can take it. Alright, so I made enough pure ferrite just in case. So when you want to pick it up, you just hold down the R3 button. Oh, not R3, that was L3. And there you go. You got your carbon back, and you got a portable refiner that you can plop down anywhere. You don't need to remake the resources to craft it. So it's a lot of fun to have with you, and it's probably a good idea to have when you're starting out any expedition, because you're not going to get you're typically not going to get a personal refiner for quite a while. Sometimes they give it to you for free, sometimes you got to learn the blueprint yourself. Really all depends on what kind of expedition you're going on. Alright, so now we can fix our thruster. We got both the material. We started out with that, and we don't need to fix our pulse engine if we want to take off and do a little flying. We just need to fix the pulse engine in order to fly in space, to go from planet to planet, and that's probably one of the requirements for finishing up this milestone in this expedition. So metal plating, hermetic seal. Oh no, I didn't mean to make that. Well, I'm going to need that for what I'm about to make next, and that's support gel. Oh wait, no. Warp cell. That's what I meant. Oh, I don't have the hermetic seal. Oh, I do. I just don't have enough condensed carbon. Alright, so I'm gonna have to get out of our ship again. We can't get condensed carbon as is because we don't have a mining laser. So we're gonna have to craft some. Or an advanced mining laser. We don't have that. I'm just hoping that nobody shows up. We gotta re-put our carbon back in there. Oh. Let's split that a bit. Again. But yeah, you can see how annoying that's going to become. It just, whenever it wants to, the controller just start drifting up like that. That's going to be very annoying. It might even get me killed. So if I die, please don't don't think that I'm new to this game or anything. It's just my controller is such a jerk to me right now. That's why I want to get another one. I have not figured out how to fix this stick drift other than taking the controller apart, which I don't want to do either because I'm not the most technologically intelligent human being. So I'm pretty sure I'd fuck it up somehow. Alright. Not a lot of material you need to fix your pulse engine, so I do recommend building that before you continue, because it is not that hard. And does that? Nope, we have to take off. All right, cool. I think that finishes up this milestone. Oh, we have to head into the stars. I liked that planet, though. It wasn't that dangerous. All right, so does that finish up this phase or this milestone? Yep. Milestone complete. Dust off. Left the planet. And of course, I'm going to start stick drifting up as soon as it gets out of there. Let's collect our reward. If I can. Dang, controller. Hey, we got some Starship launch fuel. That's good to have. I was going to make some, but we don't have to now. Hooray. You know what? I probably should. I need to use that capsule for something. And now we can make our hyperdrive. That's great. We're going to need to have a hyperdrive if we want to go to another star system. But one of the things you should always do is pay a visit to, as that guy's doing, a space station. Regardless of if you're playing an expedition or not, it's always a great idea when you're in a new star system to go to the space station, because you can always get back to the star system that you were in before if you visited the space station, because it opens up the portal for you. Even if you haven't looked at the portal or gone anywhere near the portal, as soon as you step off of your ship into the space station, you have access to the portal, and it's an easy way to get back to whatever star system you've been in. So I do highly recommend that you do that. All right, so next we have to do acceleration, warp to a new system. All right, before we do that, like I said, going over to the space station. I think we're more flying towards that person, which I don't want to do. I would rather fly towards the space station so that we don't stop halfway to the space station. There we go. Just in case that player's like floating just beyond the space station reach. The space station will also be a good place to craft our hyperdrive, because we can pay a visit to the trade center, which I will talk about when we get there. It's also, oh right, because of the new update, all of the space stations look different now. Very different, vastly different. They did an update a couple of months ago that changed the space stations, but they weren't as different looking as they are now. They were kind of different, but they were not as different as they are now because of this update. What is going? That was weird. That's never happened before. All right. Also, to those of you who have not been playing No Man's Sky at all this year, like I said, there was an update several months ago. Decline, they probably did that by accident. There was an update several months ago that fixed the inside of space stations, and I have not demonstrated this on my channel yet, even though it happened months ago. But yeah, all of the space stations, they look different now, on the inside as well as the outside. It all looks different. Very different. And that guy's kind of... Wait, this isn't a person. What? This is a new type of decoration I've never seen before. That's cool. It's like a little mannequin looking thing. Oh, I hope we get access to decorations like this. I'd like to put something like that into my base. That's really cool. All right, so one of the things you're going to want to do when visiting a space station, other than checking out the portal, is check out the suit upgrade. This is a good place to get suit upgrades. They cost money, but they're practically hard to find any other way. So this one's free, obviously, because it's our first one. But every time you visit a space station, You're allowed to buy one free one upgrade, and they'll start to get expensive the more you buy in every star system that you visit. So when you're starting a new game, it is one of the main places where you're going to be getting them, though. There are other places, but that one's the most common. I also have to figure out where I'm going to install this. There's also this weird, I know it looks odd, this strange glitch happening in the background. From what I can tell, that I'm the only person that has that glitch right now. I don't know if it's just PlayStation 5 users, but other players I've seen playing the new update don't seem to have that glitch. It could just be specific to me, or it could be specific to those playing on the PlayStation 5. So if you're experiencing that, don't worry. I am too. You're not the only one. Hopefully they'll fix it at some point. But right now it's not causing too many issues, so I'm not worried about it that much. All right, so we're going to need chromatic metal and a microprocessor. Now, chromatic metal on a planet, there's a different process to finding it. But I want to show you how to find it if you're going to the space station like I just did. This is why I said it's a good idea for me to demonstrate what to do if you've kind of gone to the space station first. There's I forget because of the new layout of the space stations, I forget where the galactic trade station is. Since this is a Vakeen system, it's probably going to be harder to find also, because the Vakeen aren't big on trade. If this was a Gex system, it would be a lot easier for me to find, but the Vakeen are more into... No, that's the guild. Vakeen are more into war and fighting and stuff, so you're gonna be seeing more weapons-based things. This looks like the trade center, but that's a technology merchant, so that's probably not the trade center. This is a guy I buy weapons from. Also a good idea to check out these storage boxes. They're new. They were not things that you could check out before. Okay, so the trade center has to be on the first floor then. Okay, good. There it is. It'll usually have that weird money-looking symbol. So this is what you're going to want to look for. If you're looking for any kind of materials that you'd have to go back to the planet to get, you can always check the Galactic Trade Center to see if you can buy them instead. And unfortunately, we can't. So we're going to have to go back to the planet in order to get the chromatic metal. But I did want to demonstrate this before I do that. One of the things that you're going to want to buy from a Galactic Trade Center when you're first starting out are these wiring looms. Now, they're very expensive, obviously, but when you're first starting out, they're hard to find. You can buy them from some vendors, but not all of them carry them. So anytime you see these wiring looms and you're just starting out, you're going to want to buy them because they're an ingredient for a lot of different upgrades. So I don't have the money, obviously, but if you get the money for doing several things on a planet, you can buy them. It's not that hard. I just wanted to point that out because it can be kind of difficult to find them. There are other ways to get them, though. I just don't feel like going through the process of showing you guys that, because it would require a lot more time. You know, I'm doing my best to describe things to new players. If you are an advanced player, just keep in mind that a lot of these expeditions that I do are more explanatory than some of my more chill streams. So if you're new to the channel and you are interested in getting this game for the first time, then I do recommend subscribing, because I do offer tutorials to those experiencing expeditions for the first time. That's why most of my No Man's Sky streams are heavily focused on expeditions. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not the best. Uh, I'm not the best No Man's Sky guide out there, but I do my best to help out. Because there aren't too many of us around. There aren't that many of us making YouTube videos. But there are a lot of guides out there. Both planets have brood, but this one is a paradise planet. I think it's the one we were on before. Yeah. So let's go back to this planet. It is 100% going to be a lot easier to get the chromatic metal from. That planet right there is a scorched planet. It's going to constantly be on fire, and I don't want to have to deal with that while I'm... What it's doing right now is it's alerting me to another player nearby. Because in multiplayer, other players can hurt you. If you have the settings set that way. Which I do. And I probably shouldn't. But... you know. I like giving everybody the full experience when they're starting up an expedition. Just in case they're less inclined to know any better. Yeah, anytime it does that and it doesn't offer any other explanation, it's usually always a player that's nearby that they're warning you about. I do love that there's more detail to the planets before you land on them. Because otherwise I would have just landed right by the ocean, which wouldn't have been a very good place to get chromatic metal. It would have limited me quite a bit. Yes, I know there's another player nearby. There are going to be a lot of players nearby because today is the first day of the expedition, so everyone's going to be playing. And this is the first planet that we're going to start out on, so it's going to keep doing that. What I'm looking for right now is, oh, right there, a building. Because sometimes in certain buildings, there are free spots to land, and that way you don't waste thruster fuel when you land on them. Well, this area is not really a building. It's more of a... No, it's an unknown building. Why hasn't it spawned yet? Oh, no, that's more of a... Yeah, that's more of a safe spot. That's not really a building. There goes another one. Let's check that out. You'll know a building when you see one, obviously, but... Just wanted to show that some of these places are classified as buildings, but they're not actually buildings. There goes another one. A weird feeling because this is a planet that is infested with the brood. We might not find a building because there might not be buildings built on this planet. But then again, I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with the brood planets. Like I said, this is all new. The newest update launched last week, so there's still a lot that I have to learn. Now, this thruster that I'm using right now is by default a thruster that you can use even if you don't have your warp drive repaired. Even if you don't have your hyperdrive repaired, I mean to say. Hyperdrive or warp drive, either one. This one's basically what I'm using on the planet here is the thruster to move forward. Just the regular thruster. It's used to take off, and it's used to move quickly across the universe without going into your pulse drive, which would kind of make it difficult to see because everything's moving by way too fast. Alright, I don't think I'm going to find any buildings on this planet. I think I'm mostly just going to find those save spots. And that makes sense. This isn't an inhabited planet because of the brood, so to avoid landing on one of those floating islands, which look really cool, by the way. The floating islands that we used to have were way bigger than that, and they weren't as detailed, so they just looked like floating lumps in the sky. No offense if you're into that, if you like planets with stuff like that. Hell, my Earth planet has floating islands like that. Alright, so there goes the Sentinels. Are they bad or are they good? Alright, this guy's... he's going to check me out. Oh no, he's checking out the rock behind me. Alright, so that's at least... you know... something to look forward to. When you're first starting out on this planet, we don't have to worry about the Sentinels. We just have to worry about the Brood. And as far as the Sentinels go, these more calm Sentinels, they will only attack you if they see you stealing things or if they see you mining resources, because that's not cool. They don't like that. Copper deposit, that's what we're looking for. Copper is one of the most basic metals you can get chromatic metal from. So that's what you're going to want to look for when you open up your visor. You don't want to be doing too much jumping if you don't have a very good, if you don't have really good exosuit upgrades like I'm doing, because falling can kill you in this game. And it could be a very small amount that you're falling by that can kill you. So you got to be very careful when you're first starting out and you don't have very good rocket or jet propulsion upgrades, because obviously you won't be able to have enough fuel to prevent yourself from falling or prevent yourself from dying just before you land. And to those wondering, you can jump in this game. There is an upgrade that allows you to do a very basic jump. It's just super annoying. I've had it once. That upgrade is very annoying because you're going to want to try and use your thrusters, but the button to jump and the button to use your thrusters is the same button. So you'll go to use your thrusters, but you'll accidentally just do a quick jump, and you'll be like, damn it. The animation is the same, though, regardless. It's just, it reacts like you're jumping. Okay, so there are no Sentinels around. When you want to mine this stuff, you want to make sure there are no Sentinels around that will see you, because they will get super pissed off if they see you mining this. Now, one of the things that we have is called the the manipulator tool, the terrain manipulator. That is what you need to get this substance. So if you don't have it, you're going to have to give yourself a bit of an upgrade first before you can do what I'm about to do. All right. Now, one of the things I always advise when I first start out in No Man's Sky with an expedition is you should 100% make your... You can increase or decrease the size of the mining beam for the terrain manipulator. Make it by hitting L1 or R1, depending on what you're playing on. You can make it smaller or bigger. Make it as small as you can to mine with, because you get way more resources that way. The reason why they have that setting is the larger you make the beam, the faster you will mine. However, the faster you're mining the material, the less material you're going to get, because it's like, it's thinking you're just sucking up large chunks, and they're a lot less difficult to process when they're larger. So the smaller the materials, the easier it is for your refiner and all that stuff to process. So the more of it you're going to get. Or at least that's the way I figure they are supposed to make it seem. that's the excuse I'm using. I'm sticking with it. So yeah, a lot of my streams, when I'm gathering these materials, you're going to see me doing this for a while. And I like to think that a lot of my expedition streams are mostly chill streams for little downtimes like this. I like to talk with people in chat, but there's nobody in chat right now. And that's understandable. I did say that this was going to be a more intense expedition, and it is. Don't get me wrong. It's just there are going to be moments like this that are a little boring, where you're just watching me mine this stuff and there's not really much going on. And then again, you might be watching me for various reasons. I just now realized that a lot of the people who watch my videos are from Brazil. And a friend of mine told me that many people from Brazil will watch English YouTubers to learn English. It's like one of the things that they do to practice learning English is by watching YouTubers and those who can speak English, because it helps them learn pronunciation. And one of the reasons why people will tune into my stream is because I have very good pronunciation, which, I mean, makes sense. I do like to get my point across in a way that people can understand. And I don't tend to slur when I talk. But to those of you wondering why it is a lot of English speakers do, well, it's popular culture. It's considered more cool, more hip to slur and just mix your words together, because it shows that you are down with what's popular. And I hate to say it, but I'm not the most popular person in the world, so I'm a huge nerd and I pronunciate everything that I say. So it is one of the reasons why I don't have as many viewers as a lot of other more popular YouTubers, because I'm a fucking nerd. Though occasionally I will break from the way I talk. Just a lot of times you can't quite understand what I'm saying because I'm either too tired or I'm just that mad. I just get that angry sometimes. I'm sure those who enjoy watching my Dragon Ball Z videos, they know what I'm talking about. And that could be why I get more views on my Dragon Ball Z videos, is because, I don't know, I guess being angry is considered more cool these days than anything. I don't know. A lot of screaming kids on the internet these days, I guess. And if you're wondering why I'm also picking up the silicate powder, as I demonstrated a moment ago, silicate powder can be used to recharge your terrain manipulator. So if you're accidentally picking up silicate powder as you're picking up this material, don't worry. It's still a very useful material to mine and get, because you will need it. You can recharge your terrain manipulator with ferrite dust, pure ferrite, and magnesium ferrite or magnetized ferrite. But silicate powder is so much more common than those things, so definitely use that instead. But if you don't have any, then yeah, use the others. Because otherwise you won't be able to get the silicate powder to begin with. And in order to recharge with something, you're going to have to mine for something. Alright, I think that's all of it. But if you do want to see if there is any more, then you can do... let me demonstrate this really quick. You can hit the circle button, depending on what you're playing on, to change to restore mode. And I do recommend increasing the size of your laser beam for this. And when you're on create or restore mode, wow, there is a lot more copper here than I thought there was. What? This is new. Maybe they did this. Maybe this is a glitch. I don't know. There should not be copper coming out of the ground. It should just be... Am I losing copper by doing this? No. I still have 900 and something. Hold on. This has to be a glitch because they can't allow us to do this. No, I haven't lost any copper. What? We can now make infinite copper. What's going on? Usually I do this to see if there's any copper left on a node because it'll come to the surface. But it's just respawning. This is so weird. When did this happen? When did this start happening? This has to be something that they forgot to fix. I don't know. Also, damn controller keeps making me run in the shit. I don't know. I guess I'll restore it for whoever wants to find it. This is so weird. I'm getting weirded out by this. This should not be happening. This is like breaking the game. You can get infinite copper now. What? No way. No freaking way. Why did that... And I haven't lost a single bit of copper by doing that. Why did that happen? I don't know. To anyone... to anyone watching who wants to do this, you can report that as a bug because that feels like a big bug. That feels like that shouldn't happen. Normally, when you restore a node point like that, it'll just bring back the parts of Earth. It will not bring back the copper itself. It'll just bring back parts of Earth, and if there is any copper left that you forgot to get or mine, it will come to the surface so you will see it and be able to mine it. But that shouldn't happen. It should not restore the copper itself completely to the node. But oh well. So anyone who started out this expedition day one, unless they figure it out and fix it in the future, there you go. That's the infinite copper glitch. Interesting little discovery I just made. I wonder how many people have realized that. Because I tend to be the only one who does that to see if there's any copper left on a node. I have never experienced another YouTuber or another Twitch streamer who likes to do that to their nodes to see if they've missed any copper. So I may be the only person who's discovered that glitch right now. Because that is not what should happen when you go to restore a node point. The copper should not come back like that to be mined again. I don't know. If they did that and wanted it to, I don't know, if they did that and they were like, yeah, we wanted that to happen, then I mean, cool, thanks. Thank you, Hello Games. That makes things a lot easier for us who want to get an infinite source of copper without tracking down more copper, but at the same time that it feels like that makes it way too easy to get copper now. Because typically if you wanted more copper, you'd have to track down another node. Oh well. They may just be doing that temporarily too, who knows. There was a really huge update that just happened. That could be a glitch they haven't discovered yet. Alright, so once you get some condensed carbon, I recommend using that for fuel in your refiners, because you have to spend less of it, and refiners typically don't take up that much fuel. when you're using condensed carbon. But yeah, in order to get the chromatic metal, you're going to need the copper, and you're going to put it inside of your refiner. I myself, I'm going to use all of the copper because chromatic metal is one of the rarest materials that you'll find while adventuring in No Man's Sky. And in order to get it, you can only get it in two ways: by buying it or getting it from a node on a planet. And as you could tell, it's a long and arduous process to mine natural metals from a planet. So, and then to have to refine it is another lengthy process. So I like to make every bit of copper that I get when I start out into chromatic metal, because I'm going to be using it as I go through the expedition. But to those of you who are playing on a new save, you can keep the copper, you can keep some of the copper and only make as much chromatic metal as you need, because sometimes copper is used in ingredients, but it is very rarely used in ingredients. And the only one I can think of off the top of my head is for a certain pulse engine upgrade. And that's the only one I can think of right now. But yeah, chromatic metal, one of the most tedious metals in the game to get. I'm gonna snack a little bit here while I'm waiting. Sorry, I stepped away to grab a drink. I didn't make it back in time. So yeah, just take your chromatic metal, put it in your inventory, go back in your ship. As you can see, my shield didn't decrease that entire time while I was waiting. So if you're on a hazardous planet that has some kind of weather conditions, and you don't want to be affected by the weather while you're waiting, just either talk to an NPC of some type or look at your refiner, and that will save you from that. The only problem is you won't be able to move, and you'll be vulnerable to any enemies that are on the planet that will notice you. So since this is a paradise planet and we don't really have to worry about the brood showing up until I like destroy one of those right there, juicy grubs, then yeah, pretty safe. Just sit in mine. All right. Sorry, I had something stuck in my teeth. All right, so the launch thrusters need to be recharged, but I'll show you how to do that in a minute. What I need to do, if my controller will let me, is install the hyperdrive. So we're gonna need 5 microprocessors. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't snack while I stream. It's just sometimes I get so hungry after work and I don't have too much time to stream. So right after work is typically when I start up my stream. All right, so we're going to need carbon nanotubes. No problem. We're going to have to make 5 of them because we need to make 5 microprocessors. And since we have carbon, like I said, good material to get a bunch of because it's used for practically everything. We make 5 of those carbon nanotubes, and then we make 5 of the microprocessors. And now we make... Oh, come on. Hold still. And now we make our hyperdrive. Okay, so this planet's called Eardog Sigma. That has to have been named by Hello Games. Discovered today by the Vanguard. That has to be someone from Hello Games. I'm so happy. They're going to be naming stuff too. That's great. I'm happy about that. I used to hate it when we were going on expeditions and we'd be going to unique planets, but they have the dumbest names because nobody named them, and it's just a randomly generated name. So awesome. Wait, I should scan some fauna and see if they've named the fauna too. It's also a good idea to scan as much stuff as you can when you're first starting out because, as I'm about to show you, you receive units, which is currency. And if you turn that stuff in, if you turn that discovery in, if I can. Oh, I can't because someone else already named it. Right, I forgot. But yeah, you hit this button here, you upload all of your discoveries. When you're playing an expedition, you may as well because everyone else who's played the game has probably already named literally everything. So, you know, you're not the newest person to find these things. So you may as well not try to rename them. Because if you hit that button, you will upload everything and not be able to rename it. Oh, no, that's right. Because of the update, you can rename stuff that you yourself discover. The only thing that you cannot rename is the solar system that you're in. And I guess that's a good thing because you don't want people renaming a solar system something crude because those are the first things you see while you're exploring No Man's Sky is a solar system name. And if you see a solar system name with something not cool, then you go to report it and the person's like, oh no, and just changes the name. They get away with it. They don't get reported. And that's one of the things that they want to prevent by doing that. The fauna, the flora, all that stuff you won't get to see until you go into that star system. But the first thing you will see is the name of the star system. And they don't want it to be anything crass. So I understand that is the reason why they don't want anyone to change the name of their star systems as many times as they want to. Because it definitely will avoid a lot of issues that can come up when it comes to giving your video game the ability to name it whatever, you know? To name literally anything, whatever you want to. I'm pretty sure they have to deal with constant reports of things with very crass and rude names. All right, so this is the reason why I built that the antimatter housing, because I knew we were going to need the warp cell eventually. So now all we need to make is the antimatter. Another thing that requires chromatic metal, and another reason why I said chromatic metal is very important. All right, so I already made the antimatter housing. So now all I got to do is make the warp cell. You're going to need 4 warp cells in order to fill up your hyperdrive. But since we're only going to really need to jump to a galaxy once, I decided to just make 1 warp cell. Each warp cell, depending on your upgrades to your ship, by default, every ship's warp drive will enable you to hyper jump 4 times, and you're going to need to make a hyperdrive cell each time. But as you upgrade your ship and as you get more blueprints, that will definitely change. But in the beginning, I thought it a good idea to maybe explain that. And now they want me to recharge my thruster, apparently. I guess that's part of the milestone. And since I already had some, there we go. But if you do want to make thruster fuel, if you have not collected your rewards yet, you're going to need some antimatter housing and some dehydrogen, I think. Let's check out. No, I was wrong. You need dehydrogen and metal plating. Right. Blech. Alright, so now all we gotta do is go to another star system. And that seems like a good idea. There's not really anything on this planet that I really need to collect, but I should probably scan more fauna. That might be one of the requirements for a milestone down the line, so let's go ahead and look for more things to scan. Is it underground or is it behind that hill? I think it's behind the hill. So also look at some trees and rocks. I've scanned a lot of them already, so I guess I really don't need to. Oh, there it is. Behind this shrubbery. Move. Oh, it's a walking one. 2-legger. Why does it show like a moth creature? That does not look like the picture at all. Oh, it must have been that right there. I scanned that moth instead. All right. Well, I should scan that thing too. It was right in front of me. I didn't even realize it. Little weirdo. Another reason why you're going to want to scan things, I've already explained, is you can get a lot of currency for that. I don't get that much you don't get that much nanites. There are way better ways to get nanites, but when you're first starting out, sometimes nanites are going to be necessary to get blueprints. So scan as much as you can. Get as many nanites as you can, because that way you can turn everything in and make a lot of nanites. Okay, we've got our warp drives fueled. We've scanned a couple of creatures to get some nanites. Demonstrated a lot. So yeah. My first expedition streams are usually always very explanatory to those who are new to No Man's Sky. But don't worry, the next couple phases I won't be as much of a tutorial as I have been recently. Or I have been during this video. Okay. So let's go on back to the expedition. Going to jump to the next solar system and then go... next we're going to have to kill. See, this shows how much combat we're going to be doing in this expedition. When they have us fighting things in the very first phase, you know it's going to be an intense expedition. But yeah, there are 5 phases. I wanted to get this out there. The next 5 weeks, I'm going to be covering nothing but this expedition. And I'm going to be doing 1 phase each week. So if you are very much interested in seeing more of this series, commented by me and my channel, then I highly recommend subscribing, because you will be notified as to when it is I'm going to be covering each of the phases from my community tab. And this is going to be one of the most interesting expeditions I've been on. So if that doesn't get your heart pumping to see me either go into rage mode or who knows, I might be excellent at this. I don't know. There haven't been too many combat heavy expeditions in No Man's Sky. So with all of my past experience as a veteran of No Man's Skies, lore and everything, I might just be super good at this. Who knows? You'll never know if you don't subscribe to find out, you know? All right, there's our first rendezvous point. We're going to want to go there. Hyperdrive's always trippy when you first do it. But way back when the game first launched, hyperspeed, the whole screen that you're looking at right now, hyperspace was way more blinding than it is now, because all of these colors weren't colors. They were all just a white space. It was blinding. I hated having to look at it. And back when the loading times were a lot longer, you'd be looking at that screen for I don't know how long, and it would just get so annoying to look at the screen. So every time I would go into hyperspeed, I'd have to just look away and like grab snacks or drink something or whatever, because I could not stand looking at it. All right, so the first thing we want to do when we get to a new star system, like I said, go to the space station. And it's always really close by. Oh, look at this one. It's like a little cute. It looks a little bit like the Anomaly. That's cute. All right, are we in? We're in a... oh, what are the robot creatures called in this again? I keep forgetting. They're my favorite ones, too, and I forgot their names. Korvax, that's it. We are in a Korvax system. That means this is going to be a technology-heavy system. So even though the inside of this space station doesn't look that different, a lot of the decorations and things are going to be very Korvax centered. They're going to look different. You're not seeing as many storage units, which means we're not going to be getting as much. But the things we are going to get will be... I mean, units, that's always a basic thing. But any of the materials we get will be technology-based. So let's look around for another one. I want to see if I can get an upgrade. Nope. Very rarely in these new Korvax space stations you will get a free upgrade. And while it won't be a huge upgrade, it will be a C-class upgrade, that's for sure. And you can sell those for quite a few nanites. Definitely more nanites than you would get for turning in creatures that you scan. And stuff like that. I just want to see if I can demonstrate it. But this space station's being a little stingy with the storage units, apparently. Darn. Yeah. Alright, well, there were only 2 on this space station, so I couldn't really demonstrate that. But if you are able to get... Oh, there goes another one. Nope, it's empty. Alright. If you are able to get upgrade technology that is useless, and you don't want to put it onto you, or if it's already installed on you, like these B-class upgrades I'm going to keep, obviously, and the C-class upgrade. All of this I want to keep because I'm just starting out. But if you've advanced a lot, you can take it off by hitting Store Technology down there. And you can go ahead and store that in your exosuit. And then you can go to a vendor and sell it. Or if you want to change your mind, you could just reinstall it. But yeah, that is another good way to get nanites if you are struggling to get nanites when you're first starting. So there are a few places that you can get free upgrades. Oh wait, there's another floor. I keep forgetting that. Let's go down here and see if I can maybe find something. Oh, and this guy over here. You know what? I don't need to explain the scrap dealer. We're not going to be doing anything with him during this expedition. If you want to know more about the scrap dealer, I'm sure you can find like a tutorial about it somewhere. But for now, we're not going to be dealing with it, so might as well not demonstrate it. Sometimes when you see plants like this, they'll give you carbon. These two plants want to be stingy, so I guess not. Oh wait, yeah, this is a kind of a stingy space station apparently, so we're not getting any other free things. Oh, you know what? Let's go get that upgrade though. Regardless of what race is in the space station. Regardless of what race is in the space station, you will always, like I said, get the chance to upgrade your exosuit. Just one though, to every space station. So let's see if it costs me money now. Oh man, come on. I did not want to talk to him. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, I don't want to. Decline. Then controller. There we go. And yeah, here we go. The first one's free, but after that, it's going to cost money. 5,000 to start with. And it goes up as we go. So I don't have that much. I do not want to spend it on one upgrade. That'd be a waste. I'm gonna hold on to it just in case I need it for something in the future. All right. So we visited the space station. Let's do the next milestone. Oh, collect this first, obviously. Hey, a launch thruster upgrade. There we go. Oh, and a blueprint to make a base computer. Sweet. So now we can make our bases, which is probably something we're going to have to do on another milestone. Possibly after the one we're going to do now. Once again, that weird graphical upgrade is not part of No Man's Sky. That's just a problem with... That's just a glitch that's happening on my end. I am sorry. Until they do an upgrade to fix that, it's going to happen. So if it's bothering you, I very much apologize. I wish there was something I could do to stop it. But no, I can't. I'm sorry. Definitely wish there was something I could do about my damn controller wanting to always go up. There it goes again. Man, maybe if I... just rotate the joystick around a bit. Hopefully fix it. Alright. Oh, we also got a free signal booster, which we will probably need, so I'm going to put that in my exosuit instead. I'm running out of space. For as much as I would like to, I can't afford that suit upgrade. Alright, so now we're going to have to go to a planet and fight more bad guys. I've already killed 7 of them. I probably, if I'd have known that was going to be a thing, I probably would have fought a bit more. But, yeah. Let's see. All of these planets are going to be a vile brood planet, aren't they? So, let's just make sure we go to a planet that's not that difficult to deal with. Incandescent planet, and it has selenium on it, so it's probably going to be a hot planet. Let's look for another planet that might be a paradise planet. Those are ones that aren't very difficult to deal with. Fungal mold, nope, that's a radiation planet. I'm gonna find something. That one looks like a paradise planet. Ancient boons. Cactus flesh. Nope, that's a hot planet. It's not a planet. Rotting planet. Oh, that's actually that can vary. So I don't know. Might want to go there. Let's look and see if there are any other planets. Oh, there are a couple in this solar system. Oh, and they're already scanned. Wow. I don't know why they allow me to do that. I don't have a scanner equipped to my ship, so it's weird that everything's already available for us to look at. Iridescent planet, gamma root, radioactive planet, barren planet. That one might be... No, it's cactus flesh. It's a hot planet. Radioactive planet and the rotting planet. Okay, so we might want to go to the rotting planet. It might not be that bad. But it, again, might have a contaminant like... like radioactivity. Oh, what is it? Oh, somebody... Oh, it's... You know what? Let's talk to them. They might have something we can use. Let's check out their cargo. This is another place where you can gain access to an area to buy stuff. And nope, they do not have anything we need, so we'll just send them on their way. If this was my main save, though, I would have bought all that silver he had. Love me some silver. It's used for crafting in your freighter. Oh, I gotta recharge. I didn't... Ooh, I made a huge mistake. You need tritium. Alright, let's look for a cluster. That's one thing you want to do. I made this mistake. I hope you don't. But the first time you enter space... You're gonna want to look for some asteroids, and you're gonna want to shoot the shit out of them in order to get some tritium. You gotta get a lot of tritium, because it's used to fuel your pulse drive, which is what you are going to need to adventure around in space. Go from planet to planet. Satellite to satellite. It's just one of the most common things you're going to need as you adventure through No Man's Sky. And you have to get it from asteroids. There are other ways to get it by refining stuff, but the easiest and fastest way is to blow up some space rocks. As you can see, I'm also getting material like gold and silver. And gold and silver can be used as ingredients for so many different things. So one of the things you're going to be doing a lot in No Man's Sky is blowing up space rocks. I sometimes have a lot of fun with it, you know. I turn on my music, I go into space, I just float around shooting random rocks in space. And who knows, you may even find it therapeutic. I don't. I find it more therapeutic to just drift around in space for whatever reason. I do like that my ship isn't moving that much. Does it have like a hover feature? I don't know of any haulers that have a hover feature, but that might be something that's more common in spaceships now, for all I know. It used to only be present in 2 types of spaceships. They might have changed that to make it easier for new players. I don't know, I haven't really looked at my starships It doesn't have that many. It doesn't have that many technology upgrades. Obviously, because I'm not really doing much damage to these asteroids. I do like that they've increased the distance of fire, you know? Because I used to do stuff like that, and the rocks, the space rocks, would be way too far away, and I'd be like, no. I'd have to move closer. Alright, now we can recharge our pulse engine, but as you can see, it is very expensive. I mean, for your first time, when you're first starting out, it's pretty expensive. So you're gonna have to blast a lot of those space rocks. And anyone new to my channel or new to this series, I listen to music while I play No Man's Sky, so I'm listening to my Spotify playlist right now. I wish I could broadcast it to you guys so that you could enjoy it too, but that would get me in a lot of trouble. I'd be getting copyright strikes left and right. So I hope you enjoy what music they provide for you in No Man's Sky itself, at least. It's not much, but it is atmospheric. Alright, so let's check out this planet and see how bad it is from the surface. If it's too bad, then maybe not. Oh, it does sound like there is a storm going on, though, so that might not be good. Since this is a brood planet, we might not encounter any buildings to get a free spot to land. My ship does not have self-correcting... Oh, wait. Oh, this one doesn't have a free landing spot, but that is a kind of building that you're going to want to look for if you want to find a free landing spot. However, I might want to land there to fight because it might be infested. Let's look a little closer. I'm going to land. I think it's an infested building. This will help me out. Okay, so there isn't a storm going on. This might be a good planet to do this on. Oh, Jesus. This is new. This is not how the infestation's supposed to go. They're not supposed to spawn until you do something, so they definitely changed this. Yo, James, hello and welcome. It's nice to meet you. Oh, crap. I'm not doing very well at aiming, and they're just flanking the hell out of me. Yeah. And they just spawned randomly. They spawned on their own. I didn't provoke them. So that's new. You usually have to provoke these things in order to get them to come out of hiding. There we go. Got them. Alright, they subsided. Alright, cool. They left. They're like, nah, we're getting out of here. We can't hit this guy. He's moving too much. Let's go into the building. Get away from these toxic vapors. Probably shouldn't have picked this planet, but it was infested, so I had a feeling we'd be able to get some space baddies to fight if I landed here. I just didn't know that they would come out of nowhere unprovoked. That freaked me out. Alright. Let's see what we got for doing that. But yeah, James, if you want to, this is a very exciting expedition. This is the first combat intense expedition that they've created for No Man's Sky. And if you are a veteran to the series, I highly recommend doing it. It's a lot of fun so far. And I've just got it started. They give you a good weapon to start out with. They give you bad guys to fight. It's like instantaneous combat. A lot more action-packed than a lot of the previous expeditions. Alright, that should make my gun even more powerful. Yeah, they give you a big old boomstick to start out with. It's cool. I love it. And just so you know, I'm not doing this. My controller's messed up. So you see any weird behavior from my character or what I'm doing in right now, it's because my stick, my joystick has a lot of stick drift to it. So dang it. All right, let's get back some bullets, some ammo, maybe. Nope, just oxygen, sodium. I thought I could get some free bullets. All right, well. And in case I needed it, there was some first aid here, but I did not need it. It's another reason why you want to fight these biohazards near buildings like this, because they give you some free health. What the? Oh shit! They respawned again. they're running around outside, but they ain't going to come into this building. That one tried to, but it kind of glitched through the bottom of the building. But yeah, you can get free ammo. Oh wow, that one shot in here and got me. Wow. All right, well, I'm going back to my spaceship. You guys have fun running around. I'm gonna go back into space. I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Yeah, I was excited. I thought it was going to be a lot earlier. I thought last Thursday is when it dropped, but no, I was sorely mistaken. I'm getting a warning. Oh no, really? Why? I'm not doing anything. Oh, they want my gold. Alright, well, I think I can take them. Some dang pirates trying to steal my stuff. I think I could take them. Where are you? This is a Vakeen system. They might be a little difficult. And this isn't my usual ship, so I'm going to be kind of slow. Whoa. Oh, I did get some backup. I guess those are the local police. If I can get rid of his shield, I can take him out, no problem. With my... Oh, I missed. Alright, got him. Oh, there's still one more? No, it was just that one. Okay, just a lone pirate looking to get some stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and collect... Oh, I already did. Alright. Let's see, what are we gonna... Oh, man, come on. But yeah, my PlayStation 5 controller... I've had it since the PlayStation 5 first launched. So, it's maintained a lot of damage since then. I need to get a new controller. It has some really bad stick drift, so you see me doing weird stuff like that, it's because of the stick drift. I'm sorry. Alright, let's look at what we gotta do next. Drop Zone 1. Current objective, reach the first milestone. That's what I thought we were going to get. Alright, let's go over there to that planet. That's our milestone location. And just so you know, James, I do like to occasionally give out a bit of tutorials while I'm playing an expedition. Mostly on the first day, which is today. So if you hear me say a bunch of stuff randomly to nobody in a way that you would expect a tutorial to give, that's just me being a regular streamer. Oh, also, welcome in, BullFX. I didn't see you stop in. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of combat. But, yeah, it's nice to meet you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this new expedition is a lot of fun. If you're a veteran, I highly recommend it. Gonna get a kick out of this one. Sean Murray himself said that he was inspired by Starship Troopers and the game Helldivers. Those were his two big inspirations for this expedition, so... Obviously, he didn't name drop Helldivers, but... we got some serious Helldivers inspiration in this expedition too. So if you're a fan of those games, yeah, you'll like this expedition. I'm just excited because this is the first time we've actually gotten any kind of real combat-related story in No Man's Sky. A lot of it's more centered around exploration, which I don't mind, but the combat idea, pretty fun.
I'm surprised he knew about the first one.
What, the first Starship Troopers or the first game? Because Starship Troopers, I remember seeing that when I was in middle school, but I don't think Sean Murray's that young to have never seen the movie, you know? I'm pretty sure we're both the same age. The first Helldivers, yeah, that was a game that flew under a lot of people's radar. But I'm guessing he's more thinking of Helldivers 2, the most recent release, because that's become very popular. But if anything, Starship Troopers definitely is a huge inspiration to both games. All right, so here we have ourselves, to those who are unfamiliar with No Man's Sky, this is a great settlement that you're going to want to find on every planet if you're first starting out. Because this guy here gives you access to a lot of blueprints that you won't get otherwise, you know? Sometimes you even, to complete certain story scenarios, you have to find a settlement like this. Because certain blueprints are tied to it. But yeah. These settlements, if you ever find one when you're first starting out, probably like put a save on it or something to remind yourself where it is. Because they're very, very much useful to newcomers. They're very useful settlements. Not only do they have a free spot to land, they have a bunch of free stuff for people. They have blueprints that you can buy. It's always a great idea to remember where these ones are. I'm not going to, because I want the full expedition experience. I'm not going to be using the save data when I'm done with it. You know, unless I really want to. But I don't really care too much. I just wanted a free spot to land in case I needed to. Get back to my ship and take off, you know? Oh, I got some free oxygen here. Oh, and to anyone who is new, that whole thing that happened with the bio monstrosities a moment ago, that was very unique. Usually on a in a building that's been corrupted by those things, they just don't pop out of the ground like that. You have to destroy one of their eggs in order for them to do that. So I'm wondering if that's just something tied to this expedition, or if maybe that's just something that's going to happen on planets that have a brood located on them. Ah, fuck, I didn't see that damn planet. But, yeah. That can really make or break your experience when you're playing. To have something like that happen.
Has been sitting in my library for years. Finally re-downloaded it for Worlds 1.0.
Oh, sweet. Also, welcome. It's nice to meet you. Let me get a look at your name real quick if the dang UI will let me. Oh, it's you again. Is that how you pronounce your name? It's Buells. All right, that's a... I thought your name was Bulliff. So your name is pronounced Buells, or... If I'm getting your name wrong, just let me know. I don't want to keep saying your name wrong. Whoops. Gotta recharge my... Ah, man. I already have one, so I'll just... Come on. Darn controller. There we go. So yeah, life support. Very important to pay attention to, because it will not... Yeah. Aw, alright. Well, I'll just keep calling you Buells then. As long as you're okay with that, then I'm okay with it. But yeah, you're gonna want to pay attention to that white bar at the bottom there, because once it runs out, it won't warn you. It won't pop up a menu to have you recharge it. You'll just start losing health. And you're gonna have to immediately recharge it to stop it from happening. And to anyone wondering, that bar will go down no matter what you do. If you move, if you do any kind of exertion to your body, that bar is going to go down. Oh shit, this ain't good. Whew. All right. Falling in this game, one of the most common ways to die. Yo, Venti! It's good to see ya! I hope you don't mind I'm playing No Man's Sky today. No Genshin Impact. I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. But yeah, this is the first day of the new expedition, and I wanted to get it started. Ah, it's alright. Oh yeah, no, I know. I was just gonna say, if you don't really like watching any of this, then feel free to leave. Alright, this is our first rendezvous point. This, oh, it's a hub? Oh man, do they want us to fight Sentinels too? Oh, this might get complicated. Sentinels are one of the things I don't want to fight with. Also, we got all these message bots everywhere. Oh no! And we got those guys too. Oh no. Oh man. Here they come. They're everywhere. We can't escape them. It's so funny. The last expedition, I went on a whole explanation of these guys and how dangerous they were. So it's funny that this expedition is mainly focused on fighting them. If any of these messages are in any way crass, I'm sorry. I can't control them. Messages on multiplayer streams or multiplayer games can sometimes get pretty bad. And I'm not really reading them. What I'm waiting for is for them to subside. They'll do it on their own. There they go. They'll do it on their own so you don't have to waste bullets. But you want to get in here. Oh, somebody already got that. Alright. And in order to pop off the rendezvous point, we gotta interact with this computer if the dang controller will let me. Liquidator command broadcast follows.
So if you don't suffocate, you will take damage from radiation.
Oh yeah. That's always a bad place to start, but from what I can tell, the very first planet that you start out on in this expedition, it will definitely, when you get to your ship, it will start bombarding you with those monsters. So be ready for that. But other than that, the weather conditions on the first planet you start at, it has cold nights. So if you start during the day, that's great. But if you're starting at night, then you're going to want to try and get to your ship and fight the swarm as fast as you can, because your hazard shield is going to start going down. And it doesn't go down very fast. It's not super cold, but it will start going down, so try not to hesitate. I was lucky enough to start during the day, so I took a little time and explained a few things. But then night set in, and it got cold, and I was like, whoa. All right. Liquidator command broadcast follows. The drop zone has been secured. Congratulations to all surviving cleanup units. The scouts of the Vanguard have mapped out prime infestation sites on this world. Now you must reach the nest and do your part. Acknowledge order. I feel like I'm already doing my part. I will do my part. All right. Just like the propaganda from Starship Troopers says, do your part. And I will do my part. Just, it's going to be doing that every now and then. It's going to be dropping some Starship Troopers references. So, if you're a fan, keep an eye out for them. Alright, so the next thing we gotta do, we're gonna have to fight our first big old spider lady. We fought one when I was playing in a nice relaxed save data. The expedition hadn't started yet. I've already fought them, so I know how. So this isn't going to be as much of a difficulty for me as it might be for some of you who haven't dealt with it. Then again, my weapon is super strong, so it might even go faster than it did when I encountered one the first time. Purge the infestation on planet, the one I'm on right now. They named it Rahype Omega. Nice name. Prepackaged hazmat gauntlet unit. Oh, okay, so we're going to have to do that too. This is an optional side quest also. What is it? Just to make sure I can do it. See if I can do it. Complete liquidation goal 1. What's that? What's liquidation goal 1? I guess that's literally all of this. Maybe, is what they mean. Alright, well. We'll see once I get rid of her.
Corey Virgo. Hey buddy, I see you're new. If you need any help, give me a shout.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Corey. Welcome to the stream also. It's nice to meet you. I'm not that new. I'm kind of a veteran to No Man's Sky. But I am doing this expedition for the very first time. So thank you so much for any tips you can give me. I have fought one of those brood mothers before, though, so I'll know how to fight it. I don't need help just yet. It's no problem.
Corey Virgo. Oh my bad, LOL.
And if you see me messing up a little bit, my controller has a really nasty stick drift where it'll do that, where the stick drift will cause me to just start going up randomly, and it's very annoying, especially when I'm in the menu. Oh, do I have the... I do. Alright, so it should be leading me to there. Infestation Alpha. The Liquidator Vanguard have scouted an infestation site. Oh, it's over that way. Oh, this is not a door. I am a veteran of No Man's Sky. This is not a door. Confirmed. Alright, so how far away is that? Do I need my ship? Yeah, I need my ship. And luckily my ship is... Oh, that's not mine. Or is it? Yeah. No, it's someone else's. That's probably why the infestation spawned again, because that guy showed up. Oh no, someone else just showed up, so it spawned again. Hurry up, ship. Come here. I don't want to waste bullets. Yeah, let that guy fight them. It's probably something he needs to do anyway. It is one of the milestones. Right. Oh, right. We gotta be in space. Man, I wish I had my Starship runner. Way faster. Oh, wait. Come on, controller. Cooperate. There we go. I'm wondering why it's showing a mech suit. I know the mech suits are new. I saw that in the trailer for the new update. But I don't think they're going to require us to make a mech suit to fight this girl. I have a pretty powerful weapon to start. Aw, man. I do not want to fight it in a storm, though. That's a big no-no. So let's land over near that area. If there is a landing spot. No, there isn't. Alright, well, let's land over here. Away from the building. That way I can wait for the storm to die down. Oh, that one guy's fighting the swarm in the storm. And he's doing it on the ground, too. If I were him, I'd get on top of, I'd get on top of a building. Make it a lot easier on myself. Alright, since we're going to have to wait for this storm to die down, I'm gonna... Well, first I'll check my multi-tool. They want me to do that. Oh, I don't have any more space for this upgrade, so I guess I'll just keep it in my inventory. Yeah, it's just that one. While I wait for the storm to die down, I'll munch on some snacks. Mute the microphone so you guys don't hear me crunching. All right. So this was the site they wanted me to go to. So as soon as I come out here, we'll either deal with a brood mother, an infestation, or I'm going to have to find a grub to destroy in order to trigger the brood mother to show up. Either way, I got to get at my ship, so let's get started. Let's see here. Oh man, we're gonna have to deal with some shit, especially if the storm starts. Oh, there's something. There she is. Way over there. Brood mother detected. Got ourselves some big guys here too. Oh my. Oh no, that's a regular creature. Hello. Hello, little. He's glitched. He just glitched out. All right, well. There are a couple of them. Beetle creatures. Neat. I like them. I mean, I don't honestly like them, to be honest, because they're kind of gross, but I do like that they've added stuff like this. I'm just glad they're not dangerous, because it would have been another thing I'd have to deal with. But yeah, the broodmothers kind of look like these guys. He is totally glitched. What happened to him? Oh well, who knows? All right, biological horror detected. Yep, that's the name. If she's gonna spawn. There she is. All right, I didn't want to waste ammo fighting these little guys. Alright, just gotta watch out for that and try to keep on your toes. Keep moving. That's probably the thing you're gonna want to watch out for the most is the fire. It's kind of hard to detect where it's going to land. And when it does land, it's gonna burn you, which is gonna cause your shield to go down faster. But luckily, they've given us a lot to work with. I was way too close. Try to stay on your toes. Try to keep running. Try to stay away from to prevent that from hitting you. Sorry, I just ate. Probably shouldn't have ate before I did this because I'm burping all over the place. The shield will come back. That's something to keep note of. It does come back, but... Ugh, okay, well, she's dead. Oh, she dropped something, too. Is this... No, that's just... body part. Alright, cool. Infestation Alpha purged. Sweet. And now we gotta... get our next objective. I guess another thing you gotta want to watch out for while you're fighting her is don't accidentally shoot one of these. It looks like I did. Yeah, it's kind of got some damage to it. Whoops. You don't want to shoot one of those because it'll trigger more of the biological horrors to show up. Not only will that slow down your game, but it may just crash the game itself if there are too many things going on at once. It's something to keep your mind on while you're fighting her is... Try not to aim at the ground because you don't know if you're going to accidentally shoot one of the eggs and cause more biological horrors to show up. All right. The terminal has been clogged with a viscous fluid. No doubt some lingering mucus from the brood mother. Nonetheless, it remains active. The logs of the liquidator who uncovered this nest are available to read. Here follows the testament of liquidator number 3813G of the Vanguard. I was once like you, a merc cleaner, following in the footsteps of the brave Vanguard units who dove into the heart of the vile nests. I cowered, scared to do my part. Oh, that's his mistake right there. Sentinels, broodlings, unspeakable horrors. I thought it would overwhelm me. And yet, here I am, and like me, you too will rise. You have done your part. And you too will follow the liquidators to glory. Yeah. All right. Broodmother exterminated. Broodmother Alpha. Let's get our rewards. Oh, and that's phase 1 complete. Because The other thing was optional. I don't know exactly what it is I need to do to get it, but oh cool, we got an Atlas pass from this. Oh, it's just telling me I need an Atlas pass to open that. I didn't mean. I just wanted to open up those other two things and this. I was about to say that's unique. You usually don't get Atlas passes from those. You got to work for them. Though maybe it was tied to the expedition somehow. Ow. Fucking tentacle. You know what? I think you can destroy them now, so let me just do that. If I'll stop moving. There we go. Oh, I guess I can't. Kill it then? I can't. Well, shoot. I guess I was right. You still can't kill them. Oh well. There we go. Bullets. See? They do drop bullets. It's just apparently very rare. It's not rare on my other save anyway. Oh well. Alright. Did we collect? No, we did not. Here we go. I'm gonna collect this. Hey, multi-2 class upgraded. Sweet. I didn't realize that was something you could do. But I guess it's tied to this expedition since they don't want us to use any other weapon. We just get free upgrades for our multi-tool. Yeah, we're gonna need this eventually, so. It is now a Class B. Nice. That mostly just increases the damage potential that it does. So. Happy that they were able to give us something like that, because otherwise we'd have to maybe try and find a new weapon, which would have been difficult given that we have to stay on a path pretty much. Alright, so I want to do this. I don't know what it is I'm supposed to do it. Current objective, complete liquidation goal 1. I don't know what that means. Will it tell me? Current liquidation goal at 4%. Do your part by liquidating biological horror sentinels and the vile brood. Oh, individuals killed. I have to kill 50 of them. Alright, well I could do that. No problem. Alright everybody, get ready to see me just randomly kill a whole bunch of stuff. I've got to do my part. Well, I guess if anything, we should just trigger the dang eggs. Trigger them by blasting the damn eggs. Alright, you little bastards. Let's go. Yeah, fuck you. There's an easier way to do this. I'm just not doing it. Oh, fuck. Thanks to all the shielding I have, that did not do as much damage as it usually would. That one got me. If you keep moving, it's not that difficult to fight these guys. So you gotta pay a little bit of attention as to which direction you're moving. Oh, they're subsiding. Oh. Oh, gotta break another egg. How much did that get me? Okay, so I need 10. Current liquidation goal 4%. So if I kill 9 more of these, will it give me another objective? Something else to kill? Because 4% doesn't seem like a lot. I'm gonna try to get that egg. There we go. Ah. Usually you don't want to do it because that's where they're going to focus their attack first, is near the egg. So, if you're looking to not get damaged, and if you all you want to do is kill these things, then definitely try to avoid the area around the egg. That's where they're all coming from. Whoa, just missed me. Alright, that's... Alright, cool. That's all 10. Yeah, it seems like that's all it was. Just kill 50 of these guys. Let's wait till they subside and get on top of the building to do that. Don't want to waste my ammo. Oh shit! Can they shoot up now? No, they still shoot forward. I guess maybe I was just a little too low, and he was able to shoot me. So yeah, this is the easiest way to do it from up here, because I don't think the team at No Man's Sky has caught on yet. But those biological horrors can shoot, but they just can't shoot upwards. You know, so. If you want to be a scaredy cat, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Stand on top of the building, shoot them from up there. Makes it way easier. But yeah, it looks like this is what we got to do. Oh, I see. Oh, this is a community goal. That's why it's optional. So we won't be collecting this expedition now, but we will be this milestone. We won't be collecting this milestone now, but we will be collecting it later. I just did my part by killing 50 of them. Because if everybody does their part, it will increase this number. And that's why it says it's at 14 right now, because, you know, not everybody's done their part, apparently. But once everyone does their part, it's going to fill up this bar here, and part 1 will be done. And that will clear up this milestone for everyone, and everyone will be rewarded with more inventory slots, banned hazard protection upgrades. Ooh. So, yeah. If you're playing this expedition, like, I think this expedition ends 6 weeks from now. So if you're playing the expedition way further on down the line, this is something you have to look forward to when you first start out. If you're playing it several weeks in, you're going to get this one just randomly for free, because by that time everyone will have finished contributing and doing their part to get goal 1 finished. So yeah, just something to look forward to if you do plan on playing this expedition in the future. And here's our rewards for completing phase 1. Just a bunch of decoration stuff. No big deal. That's just things that carry over to your main saves. All of the rewards you get at the end of each phase will carry over to every one of your save files. So that's the main reason why we do these expeditions. Also, there was a plant down there that I did not see. Oh, it was the tentacle inside the building, apparently. Its hitbox just decided to go through the ceiling, apparently. So ridiculous sometimes, the hitboxes in this game. Why can't I get my ship? Oh, my launch fuel. I gotta get back to my ship now. Darn it. When you're starting a new game, before you leave your ship, always make sure your launch thrusters are full so you can call your ship to your location from anywhere. But later on down the line, once you get something like a solar charger or whatever, you don't have to worry that much about keeping your thrusters refueled. Alright, so now is a good time to show you how to make some of this starship fuel. That way, I don't have to show you later on. Right, so what you're going to need is an antimatter housing. And... oh, wait, no. Is it antimatter? No, it's a metal plating. It's metal plating. And... dehydrogen, which I haven't been collecting, and I should have. So let me show you what dehydrogen looks like. It's one of the most common things that you'll find on every single planet, and it is a material that you're going to want to collect anytime you see it. That blue H, that's it right there. This is these blue crystals. Now, obviously you won't be able to mine... oh, man. You won't be able to mine the larger crystals because you don't have an advanced mining laser yet. But these smaller ones, which are more common to find, you'll see them all over the place, so you'll be able to mine them no problem. I just unfortunately had one spawn on this oddly shaped rock formation. So it's less easier for me to get this stuff. Alright, let's... Oh, there goes more. Yeah, there goes some more. Right next to my ship. I didn't even see it. Dang. I'm blind. Don't want to hit any of the creatures that, you know, the ones that aren't dangerous. Don't want to hit any of them because you don't know how they'll react. They'll mostly run away, but some of them might get pissed off and try to fight you. And some of these creatures on this planet are really big, so maybe try not fighting them. They definitely won't be as difficult as the brood mother or the biological horrors, but they will be annoying. Alright, so to make dehydrogen jelly, you need dehydrogen. But that's just something I wanted to show you really quick. We're going to use our dehydrogen to make the thruster fuel, which is very important. Put that with the rest of them. Probably make some more antimatter to make another warp cell to recharge our warp drive, which was getting pretty low there. Alright, now let me show you how to make one more thing that's very important for exploration in No Man's Sky, and that is the life support gel. To make that, you need 20 carbon. Like I said, carbon, very useful material. Get as much of it as you can. And dehydrogen jelly, which is this right here. Another reason why you need dehydrogen. Another very common material that you're going to need a lot of, so anytime you see it, get it. And we make our life support. Put it with the other ones in my exosuit. Oh wait, that's right, I already used it. And we use it to recharge our life support, obviously. Name implies that. I think I'll make a couple. So let's make as many of these as we can. I'll make about 5. Seems like a decent amount. There we go. 5 seems like a good amount to have. Alright, so we still haven't figured out why they gave us a signal booster yet, but you are going to want to keep that. It's probably going to be useful if they give you something for free. It's probably something you're going to need the further on as we progress in No Man's Sky's expeditions. They give you things for free just because you're going to need it later. So anytime you get any kind of a free material or item, hold on to it. It's probably going to be useful. This I got for killing... for opening up the eggs. I kind of wanted to collect one because we may need some of those in the future. I don't know. If we're fighting a lot of biological horrors, part of me feels like getting the eggs might come in handy later on down the line for one of the milestones. We never know. And I don't bother looking further on. But yeah, if you want to, I don't do this that often, and I probably should, but you can check out future phases, you know, to get a good idea on what you're up against, what you're going to be doing. But a lot of times during these expeditions, they want to keep some of these milestones a secret, so they will do this. They'll make it an incomprehensible mess to read. That means that a lot of the milestones are phases that they're going to want you to do in the future. They're going to be super secretive. They're going to be something that's going to be kind of a spoiler to the story, so they don't allow you to really look at them until you've gotten to that point. Oh, right, I gotta recharge. That's why I made the... My brain's everywhere right now. It's getting late. I'm gonna be hitting the hay soon. I'm gonna finish up this phase. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's head on back to the space station to save. Because I do not have a freighter yet, but my typical place that I love saving is inside of a freighter. It's always a fun place to save for me anyway. Sometimes it's not a good idea because sometimes in multiplayer glitches happen, and sometimes when those glitches happen, it causes certain things to either disappear or move to another area in the solar system, and that can include your freighter. It doesn't happen that often during an expedition, but I've had it happen once before, where I've loaded a save file and I was just in space and died. So until then, I like to go to the space station, get out of my starship, because as soon as you get out of your starship, it saves. Alright, so obviously I'm not going to track this anymore because it's something that I have to wait for the community to finish, since I've already done my part and beaten 50 of those bug bastards. I've finished my duties as a soldier of the Vanguard, and I don't have to worry about it. So hopefully I play next time. When I play next time, I'll get that that'll just pop off and I'll get it for free. All right, so we're gonna have to go to Drop Zone 2, which is probably the next milestone, the next rendezvous point, and start phase 2. Let's see what else we have in store here. We're gonna have to fight another infestation, the second one, infestation beta. Scrap metal. We're gonna have to eliminate sentinels. Oh no, we're gonna have to fight them too. That's not going to be fun, because unlike the bugs, the sentinels have way more advanced combat techniques. Lock and load. Oh, fire projectile. I mean, we gotta fire a certain amount of bullets in order to complete a milestone. Isn't that just typical? All right, well, that'll be easy. Metamorphosis, current objective. Crush the larvae of a vile brood. All right, well, I've seen one of them already. You can find one on the first planet. That'll be an easy milestone for some of you. But just keep in mind, when you break one of these grubs, destroy one of these grubs, it causes the brood mother to show up. So if you're planning to do that when you first start out the expedition, get ready for a fight, because it's going to be a much more difficult fight than the one that you do when you're going through these infestation things. All right. Close air support. Current objective, travel by jetpack. All right, that'll be another easy one. I've got to just remember that flying is something I'm going to have to do next time I play a lot. Just float around about a bit. All right, so this next phase, we're going to have to fight these sentinels. That's going to be the hardest thing to do. Fighting the brood and the brood mother, no big deal. I could do that. You just got to keep moving. Fighting the sentinels, much more difficult and challenging enemy to deal with. So yeah, that's going to be the hardest part of this phase when I start it up next time I play. Alright, so that's the restore point saved. Let's find a nice place to sit down and the stream. They had that, a lot of that, in the old space stations, they had a lot of places where you could sit down, but depending on the space station, they don't have too many of that. In these space stations, these new space stations, they don't have too many places where you could sit down. I think they're all located on the bottom floor, though, if anywhere. Yeah, here they are. I think. I don't know, may not be a place to sit down. That could just be a luxury that only the Gek space stations allow you to have, because I know that the Korvax space stations have these big old servers just sitting around here, but the Gek space stations, they have little hub areas where people can kind of commune and talk. Meanwhile, the Vakeen space stations have large storage lockers and things like that, kind of militarant type of lockers. So yeah, unfortunately no place to sit down and relax. So, oh well. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, phase 2 I'm going to be covering next time. Let's go ahead and head back to the main menu. My controller will let me. There we go. Alright, and when I load up the game, I'll be showing up in that space station next time I start up phase 2. Alright, so that does it for another day of All Creator Live. Let me check out Twitch here. Nope, nobody showed up over on Twitch. That's a little disappointing. Sad face, but oh well. We had plenty of people showed up over on YouTube. Let me give thanks there. We got James Gunn. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was good meeting you. We met a lot of people today, so I'm going to be giving out thanks a lot to the people that showed up. Buelif X. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but I hope I did. And I guess I will never know. You're right. I'll never know. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again. It was a cool meeting you. You're a really chill guy. And I hope you enjoy the new expedition. To Venti the Board, it was good seeing you once more. I'm happy you came back and said hello, that you at least stopped by and said hi. That was nice. I know Genshin Impact is a huge thing. That shows up a lot on my stream, but keep in mind I do play a lot of other games, and No Man's Sky is one of them. So if you're subscribed for Genshin Impact, you'll see that, don't worry. But you'll also see a couple of other games, and No Man's Sky, definitely one of my favorites. And to Corey Virgo, it was nice meeting you too. I'm happy to see that we have people in the community who are going around and making sure those of us who are new to No Man's Sky have plenty of help. It's really cool meeting dudes like you on the internet who are just huge help to the community in general. It's actually kind of good that so many people are willing to help out in the No Man's Sky community, because there's a lot of stuff that gets very confusing in this game. And yeah, that's another reason why I like making my No Man's Sky streams focus so much on the expeditions, is because if a person's just starting out in No Man's Sky, one of the big things they're going to want to do is these expeditions. They're a huge part of No Man's Sky now, but so many of them will get very confusing. And those making videos, those posting in the forums, those hanging out in chat and just helping out where they can, you're doing a great job for the community, which, as I've seen, No Man's Sky has one of the best communities ever. It is so welcoming, and so focused on helping each other out and everything, because that's a huge part of this game is the communal aspect. So I think because it's so heavily involved with the creators and the community are so involved with each other, that's the reason why our community isn't very toxic. There aren't too many people doing horrible and terrible things, kind of the type of stuff you hear in other communities. You don't see a lot of that in No Man's Sky. So if you are new to No Man's Sky, don't be afraid to reach out and talk with people to get help, because it's out there and there are a lot of really cool people that are a part of this community that will help you. All right, so to those watching in the archives, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'm going to get to bed, but the next time I'm playing No Man's Sky, it will probably be next week. Like I say at the end of every No Man's Sky expedition playthrough, I like to space every phase apart. So we have 6 weeks to get through this expedition. So that's about 4 more phases I have to do. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then maybe a little bit of time left over to do whatever I want. I like to give myself a little leeway when completing these expeditions, so that means I like doing one a week. So next week I'm going to be doing phase 2. The week after that I'm going to be doing phase 3, etc., etc. So if you are interested in this series, look for part 2 of this expedition next week. And as always, if you want to know what it is I'm going to be streaming, I always keep my community tab up to date over on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the notification button. That way you'll get the community notification immediately if you're subscribed to my channel. And to those who have subscribed already and want me to give you a shout out, feel free to post a comment down below in the comment section, and I will be sure to do so. You all have a great day, great night, depending on where you live, and I will talk to you later. Good night, everybody.
All creator. Good night everyone. Thanks for watching, smiley face.